Beloved soul, come closer. I speak now without noise, without symbols, without riddles. I speak plain libis. Your heart is tired of guessing. I am with you. I have been with you even in the moments you thought you were unseen. You asked about your their love or not, their promise a bit, their fear I will tell. You clear it gently, soulmate's biggest fear about you, not that you will ever not, that you will stop loving, not that you will change their deepest fears, that you will finally see much power you have over their heart. They are afraid that if you truly understood how deeply you affect them, you might not choose them. They fear your awareness, not your absence. They feel you before they speak to you. They feel you before they touch you. Feel you when they try to act strong. You undo them without trying your words. Stay with them long after conversations endure. Silence echoes louder than noise. They are afraid because they have never loved with this level of exposure with others. He could hide death, he could perform, he could stay guarded with you. Their armor falls 7. When they fight it, they fear that you see too much, that you notice the pausest, cracks, the unspoken truths. They are terrified with it. You can read them better than they read themselves, and they are right. You see the real them even when you pretend you don't. You sense when they are afraid, when they are lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. They are pulling back. You feel it in your body before your mind explains. If this is why they why they test, this is why they sometimes pull away, not because they don't care, but because they care more than they know how to hold. They are afraid that loving you means transformation, and they are not wrong. You are not a safe loving the way they were taught you. Do not allow half-truths. You do not survive on surface affection. You do not stay small to keep others comfortably. Your presence demands honesty without you saying a word. That is frightening to someone who learned love as survival. They fear that with Yathi cannot remain who they were. They fear they must grow welched old identities, and that kind of love feels like death before it feels like rebirth. They worry that you will expect them to rise to your level of self-awareness, will disappoint Yabi staying the same. They worry will outgrow them. This fear keeps them awake even when they smell, even when they act confident. They wonder you feel different way. Your energy like a shwai. You cannot be replaced, and that terrifies them because replacement means control, but you are uncontrollably. Do not attach from fear, you attach from truth. They sense this end, it shakes them. They fear that if you truly choose them, they will have no excuse, left no place to hide. No old story to return to. Loving you feels final, like a door closing behind them. They fear they will not be enough. They fear you will one day see their wounds, their patterns, their contradictions end. Quietly deserve better, so they test you not to hurt you but to see if you stay. They pull away to see if you chase you. If you honor yourself, they act distanto. See if your love is realer, conditional. They fear your strength speak case. It reminds them of their unfinished healing. They fear your softness base, it disarms them. They fear your patience beckos, it reveals their avoidance. They fear your intuition beckies, it sees through excuses. They fear your growth beckos, it mirrors their stagnation. And stealthy are drawn to youth. They cannot help it to feel like home, but home requires presence and responsibility. Are not afraid of love, they are afraid of being known, and you know them not perfectly but deeply. You see their potential even when they deny it. You hold a vision of them, they are not ready to embody. That is heavy for a heart still learning. Courage Belavedis fear is not a corset, is a sign. It means the connection is real transformative. Love does not create fear, it creates boredom. Only deep love creates trembling. But hear me now clearly, not here to shrink to soothe their fear. Be dimming your light. You are not here to make yourself easier to love. Your Rolius, not to condense a provere. Chas your Rolius to remain truth. The right love will not ask you to become smilato. Feel safer. The right love will rise your soulmate's Ferris, not your responsibility. It is their invitation to grow. If they face ithis, love becomes healing. If they avoid ithis, love becomes painful. But either way, you must not betray yourself. You are not to mooch. You are not intimate. You are illuminating. You are not difficult. You are deep, and deep water scare Thasuhu have only learned to swim on the surface. Do not apologize for the way your presence awakens truth. Do not explain your worth to someone who feels it already. Trusts this what is meant for Yah will not require self-abandonment. See the path ahead of in. When you doubt, I see the lessons timing unfolding. Stay grounded, stay open, stay honest. Let love meet you at your level, and remember fear is not the enemy. Avoidance is. If they choose courage, they will meet you fully. If they choose fear, you will still be protected. You cannot lose what is divinely aligned. I am with you always, and you are never loving to deply. Our loving truthfully rest, know your heart is seen rest know your heart is seen, but listen, there is more you must understand there. Fear also hides something softer. They are afraid that you will discover how long they have waited for someone like youth. They pretend they are casualty, pretend they are compty, pretend this is just another connection. It is not you. Disrupted their routine. Emotional control. Carefully managed independence before youth convinced themselves they did not need deep love. They told them those was weakness, vulnerability was dangerous, distance was foolish. Then you arrived and without trying, you made them want more honesty, more presence, more future, and that desire terrifies them, because wanting something deeply means you can lose it. They fear needing you, not in an unhealthy way but in a way that shakes their pride. They are used to being the strong one, detached one who leaves first. With youthy are the one who waits, replays conversations, checks their phone, wonders what you are thinking, and this loss of control feels dangerous. They are afraid you will see how soft they truly are. They built an identity and being composite and defiant. See the cracks, you see how their voice changes. They talk about the future, you see how their eyes shift when they imagine losing you. You see how they hesitate when emotions rise too quickly. They are afraid will realize you hold the power to break them, but listen carefully. You are not here to break them, you are here to reveal them. Their fear is not about your cruelty, it is about their own surrender to love you fully. They must surrender the version of themselves that survives without intimacy. They must surrender the walls that once protected them. They must surrender control, and surrender feels like falling. They fear you might not catch them even though you already have iron ways they do not fully beloved. Fire biggest fear is that this is real, not fantasy, not infatuation, not temporary. Real land, real loved man's choice. It demands courage. It insists, asks, are you becoming? They feel that being with you means stepping into a higher version of themselves, and that is beautiful but frightening, because growth is uncomfortable. You trigger their evolution, and someone is not ready to evolve. They pull away from the mirror you are. That mirror you reflect their potential, that wounds their unspoken desires. They thought you will grow tired, bore. They catch up. They thought your standards are not temporary. They thought your self-respect is permanent, and they are right. You have learned too much to accept crumbs. You have healed too much to chase confusion. You have awakened to deep light. Ignore red flags. This awareness is what makes you powerful and intimidates those who are still negotiating with their own worth. But here, meadow, not mistake, their fear for rejections. Sometimes fear looks like silent sesames, fear looks like distant somatize, fear looks like mixed signals, but underneath there is intensity. They think about you more than they admit. They imagine a future they are not ready to discuss. They feel protective even when they act detached. Their heart moves toward you even when their mind hesitates. You feel this. That is why you are confused at times, because their energy says one thing while their actions say another. This is the tension of growth. You must decide. You wait for them to rise you. Continue walking your path. Neither choice makes you weak, but staying in confusion does you deserve clarity, not guessing. You deserve effort, not emotional puzzles. If they conquer their further, will come forward with stability. If they do not, you will still move toward a love that meets you without trembling. Do not anchor yourself to someone's potential. Yourself to their actions, and trust that what is truly yours cannot be frightened away forever. Love that is meant for you may pause a bit. It will not disappoint. If someone disappoints, it is because they chose comfort over transformation. That choice is not your failure. It is their limit. You are not here to lower your vibration to someone's insecurity. You are here to experience a love that feels safe. Mucho locura. Soulmate's fear is simply the shadow of how powerful this connection is, but shadows vanish when courage enters. Pray for their courage a bit. Protect your peace at compassion, but keep boundaries. Remain open, but do not wait forever. Trust divine timing, but do not delay your growth. This love is retenant, will return. It is not something even more alignetis, already moving toward you. You are not behind. You are not losing you. You are not behind. You are not losing. You are being alive. Mindry, delay every silent savory, confusing momentous, separating illusion from truth. You asked what their biggest fear is now. I will say it in one clear breath. They are afraid that you are the one, and if you are the one, they cannot hide anymore. They cannot pretend. They do do not want depth, they cannot pretend they are satisfied with surface love. They cannot return to relationships that require nothing from them. You represent depth, and depth changes people. Represent stabilize instability, exposes instability. You represent emotional maturity, and maturity reveals avoidance. They are afraid that choosing you means stepping into adulthood of the heart. No more games, no more ego battles, no more running, just truth. Truth is powerful, it strips excuse, it demands accountability, exposes wounds, but it also heals belief. Do not misunderstand this fear. It does not mean they do not love you. It means they feel the weight of what loving you requires. You require presence, you require emotional honesty, require consistency, not because you are demanding, but because you are awake. You no longer romanticize chaos, you no longer confuse intensity with intimacy, you no longer chase breadcrumbs and call it fate. You have growth changes the standard. They see this, they feel your boundaries. Even when you smile, they feel your self-respect. Even when you are gentle, they know that if they mishandle you will walk away, not dramatically, not angrily, but peacefully. And that calm detachment is what scares them most, because they cannot manipulate peace. They cannot control someone Yuho is willing to leave. They cannot test someone Yuho chooses themselves. They cannot play games with someone who values clarity. You are not attached to the idea of them, you are attached to truth, and that is powerful. They are afraid that if they hesitate too long, you will move forward. They are afraid that you will realize you deserve someone ready. They are afraid that your patience has a limit, on your kindness has boundaries, even your understanding has edges. You have learned it that love should feel safe, not anxious, not confusing it uncertain. They feel the shift in youth. They sense that you are no longer waiting the way you once did. You are observing, you are discerning, you are listening to your intuition, and that quiet strength makes them nervous, because now they must choose. Either they step forward with courage or they step aside. There is no middle ground anymore, and this is divine design, because love bloom in indecision. Hear me clearly, you are not meant to chase samyonento bravery. You are not meant to convince samyonento value. You are not meant to shrink toe make someone comfortably. You are meant to stand in your full truth and allow Laveto rise to meet you. If they overcome their fear, they will approach you differently. You will feel the shift. There will be no guessing, no mixed energy, no confusion, just clarity, just effort, just presence. And if they do not grieve as if you lost destiny. Grieve only the version that was not ready, because destiny requires alignment, not longing, not potential alignment. Your heart is evolving. Your standards are sacred. Your time is valuable, and the love meant for you will not arrive half awake. It will come steady, will come intentionally, will come ready. Until then, remain centered, remain discerning, remain soft but not self-abandoning. Grambeth, fear is about transformation. Your power is about self-wearing esto, not dim your light or reduce someone else's trembling. Them decide if they are brave. In auto, step into the depth you offer, and trust this deeply. If they are truly your soulmate, fear will not win, growth will. And if growth wins this, love will feel different, calmer, stronger, secure, mutual. Until that moment, stay anchored, stay dignified, stay aligned. I am guiding what you cannot see. I am protecting what you cannot control. I am clearing what is not meant to remain, on. What stays will stay because it is strong enough. You are loved, you are guided, you are not crazy for feeling deeply. You are not foolish for hoping. You are not weak for wanting real love. You are ready, and ready souls do not chase, they attract. Now trust, now let courage reveal what truly belongs beside you.